Hello friends, Tony here. Welcome back. Now in this video I'm going to start with a big integer type. So JavaScript BigInt variables are used to store big integer values that are too big to be represented by a normal JavaScript number. JavaScript integers are only accurate up to 50 digits. So let's say here, let us say let x to be equal with 15. And let's add 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And if I say console log x to be equal with x, save, I have run here the npm run dev, and also if I open here, we have here x to be equal with the same number we have here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. But if I create here the let y, for example, to be more than with 16, for example, here, and if I say console log y to be equal with the y, and as you can see here, we have the error. Numeric literals with absolute values equal to 253 or greater are too large to be represented accurately as integers. And if I save and come here, as you can see, the y now is being rounded to this number. Okay, so in JavaScript, all numbers are stored in a 64-bit floating point format IEEE 754 standard. With this standard, large integer cannot be exactly represented and will be rounded, as we saw here, and integer values outside this range lose the precision. Now in the ES6 we have max and min properties to the number objects. So let's say here let x to be equal with number, and we can call the max safe integer, and y to be number, and I'm going to say min safe integer. And if I save and come here, this is the max safe integer and the min safe integer in JavaScript. Okay, so if I say here, I'm going to create a new variable. So let, and I'm going to say x plus 1, which is going to be x plus 1, and also x plus 2. So let x plus 2 to be x plus 2, and if I just console log x plus 1, which is going to be this one, and x plus 2, this one. If I save and come here, as you can see, the x plus 1 is the same as the x plus 2, the same number. Of course, if I say here one more log, if the x plus 1 is triple equal with x plus 2, and if I save this and see, we have 0 here, which is not correct because here we have added 1 and here we have added 2. Okay, so with larger than this max safe integer is going to lose the precision and is going to be rounded. Okay, now I'm going to scroll down here, and there are two methods to create a big integer in JavaScript. The first way to create a big int is to use the constructor method. So let's create a big int by calling the BigInt constructor method first. I'm going to say let big integer 1 to be equal with, you can use the big integer constructor method and pass either a string or an integer to it to create a big integer. Another method to create a big int in a JavaScript is to use the literal syntax. So let's say let big integer 2 to be 1, and you can add a number, and then you can add here. And also this one is a big integer. So if I say log big integer 1 and also log big integer 2 and save, come here, we have big integer 1, which is 1 and the n at the end, and also big integer 2, the number we added and the n. Okay, so if you need to deal with a number that is larger than this maximum number and with precision, you will need to use big integer. And in order to declare big integer in a TypeScript, we use a vacant keyword while declaring a variable. So let me declare here a variable. I'm going to say let my big integer 1, which is going to be big integer in lowercase, and let's say equal with, and I'm going to use the big integer constructor method, and let's add the number here. Okay, also let's say let my big integer 2, and in this case I'm going to use a number, and then I'm going to add the n at the end. Okay, so we have my big integer 1 and big integer 2, and let's console log them. Log my big integer 1, and also I'm going to log my big integer 2. So my big integer 1, as you can see, has the n at the end. We created with big integer method, and big integer 2, the same thing. Now you can use all the mathematical operators, comparison operators, as well as conditional statements with a big integer. So we can say, for example, console log, and I'm going to use not like this, but I'm going to say my big integer 1 plus my big integer 2, and yeah, we have a big integer here. So if I say let my big integer, not 1, but I'm going to create with a 3, which is going to be a type of big integer, and I'm going to say this one is going to be equal with my big integer 1 plus my big integer 2, and as you can see, we don't have any error. And the same thing, we can just console log that. So my big integer 3, and yeah, this is what we can do. Now what we cannot do, and let's start here. So what we can do with big integer and what we cannot do with big integer. So I'm going to say here what we cannot do. Okay, so now there are a few things that you can do with numbers, but you can't do with a big integer. So the first thing is that a big integer cannot have decimal values. So if I say here, let my decimal to be a big integer type. Okay, so big integer type, and as you can see, as I suggested, but here we have the error because type number is not assignable to type big integer. This is considered as a number. If I remove, also if I add n at the end, yeah, we have the error. Now if I remove the dot here, we don't have error. I'm going to leave because this is what we cannot do with a big integer. And now apart from this, you cannot use the built-in math object with big integer, which works with numbers. Okay, so if I say here also let my math to be equal of number first, I'm going to say, and yeah, we have math.pow. Now if I change the type to be a big int, we have the error. So type number is not assignable to type big integer because this is a number, considered a number. Also if I say here log and not this one, the same thing, we have the error. Type number is not assignable to type big integer. Okay friends, that's it all about this video, and I hope you enjoyed. So in this video we worked with big integers. So let's go to types and create a new file, and I'm going to name it bigint.ts. Now let's go to first one, select all, copy, and go to second and paste it here. Let's save, close this one, remove everything from here, and save this one as well. And that's it all about this video. I hope you enjoy, and if you like such a video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, share with your friends, and see you in the next one. All the best. Thank you very much.